everybody.
Hello, everyone. Kyle, I changed it to the NVIDIA sound thing, so I hope everything works still.
What do you mean?
Well, I got the AC pumping in the back because for some reason my house is 92 degrees.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
I mean, yeah, I don't like to brag.
Ugh.
Don't worry, when we
Working
get you the new
AC?
PC,
Wild.
yeah, yeah. When we get you the new PC, you're going to experience this
The heat?
luxury. No, the
Oh, I
luxury.
gotcha.
Get the AC blowing on you without blowing on the mic. Like, it's
No,
going to be nice, dude.
Joe, I don't
Yeah.
have AC. That's what I mean.
Well, we'll buy you I'll go to Costco for you, dude.
No, that's not. No. I have one in my bedroom that I didn't install yet. I'm just meaning in the
Right.
house. We are not an AC controlled house.
Well, what I'm telling you is like I see there's a little opening in the basement right here, and I could get you a standing AC. You're muted.
It's not big enough.
Well,
I appreciate the
you'll
thought.
find it. You'll find that size doesn't really matter.
Wow.
Oh. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trophy Room pre-show. I'm your host, Joseph, of course, alongside me, the greatest co-host, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm something.
That is fair. That is fair.
Still a little jet lagged. I got in at 4 a.m. this morning.
Fair.
I am COVID positive.
Fair.
Humble brag.
Hey, we're nothing but humble over here.
And, I'm just tired.
Have you gotten any sleep, like, whatsoever?
No, so while I was out there, I tried to be good and, not go too hard because I knew, I'm old. I need to...
You got limitations, man.
I need to know when to hold them, when to fold them, So,
yeah.
Let me go to bed early. But with what I now know is COVID, which I thought was just a cold, if I got 2-hour blocks of sleep, uninterrupted sleep, that would be a lifesaver.
Fair.
Yeah. It was wild.
That's fair.
So hopefully tonight, I'm going to sleep on the couch tonight.
Okay.
Just so I don't get anybody sick upstairs. So we'll see.
I mean, that's fair. Okay. Well, we know that Luke Lord got you that. We know that for sure.
No, Luke was in perfect health. He didn't get me sick. I hope I didn't get Luke sick.
No, he's probably patient zero.
All right.
He says that it's one of his biggest dreams to be a patient zero of anything.
Oh, of anything, huh?
Yeah. That's like his biggest. It's like something along the lines of like that's what he strives for.
World peace and world hunger become patient zero.
Absolutely.
Not in that order.
Also, you have to write the little this week where.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little hard to do because I got the game thing open.
That's right. I'll just wing. You want me to just wing it?
You can wing it this week. It's totally fine.
All right. Fair enough. Listen, what are we looking at here before we get into all the actual show? Cade, what's up, man? I just saw your question. I don't know if we can put it in the show, but maybe in the Patreon show. That's what we could do.
Does this look like cloth? Is this like clothing?
It's looking like yarn.
Yeah.
And I would like to say maybe it's Yoshi's Woolly World. What up, Big Ben? What's going on, my friend? It's Yoshi's Woolly Goddamn World. A lot of Yoshi games.
It's not. Oh, it's Kirby.
Kirby. Yep, Kirby.
What's the other one?
What's up with Nintendo and yarn?
I don't know.
They're obsessed with aunt games,
Yeah.
Games designed for your aunt with a dozen cats.
I like how you say aunt.
Aunt. No.
I'm one of those simpletons that say aunt.
Aunt. All right, what's this here? Oh, what commercial we got?
It's probably what
Allstate.
Carfax.
Weird flex.
They can't see this at home.
Oh, they can't see. Oh,
No.
okay. I'm sorry. I got it. It's USAA.
Yeah.
Okay, I see a dog print.
My God, the ants are crazy today. They're like, "Hey, Kyle, you haven't done this in 2 weeks."
Here's Allegra because we know you're sick. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
This isn't Cocoon.
No.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Hey, Jesus!
Oh, they got
Christ.
Shogun. Shogun ad. Oh my God, she's very attractive. The
Can we close this, please? Thank you. Let's go Helldivers 1.
Oh, that's a good one. Wow, Kyle Stevenson. Look at you looking at the ground. You're a ground guy now.
Still got it.
Ooh. What is this game? It's called Guess the Game. We should tell you all about this sometime.
Look at how much it's grown.
Look at that. Yeah.
It's wild.
It's wild. God, I love that game. Helldivers 2. Yeah, we're only gonna play like 2 more of these guys because Kyle's sick and I kind of want to get him out and about. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Okay.
Ukalax. Kyle. They're like, listen, we think you're sick. We're trying to diagnose you. Maybe it's allergies. Maybe it's constipation. Yeah, you think Dragon's Dogma 2?
Hey, nice job.
Dude, we're never going to
back
lose.
To back?
We're never going to lose.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
I'm very excited to tell everyone about my SGF experiences.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited.
It's a good
time. This is a DS game.
Yeah?
Right? It looks it.
What makes it DS? You thinking the squares?
Yeah, the squares. Could I throw you something crazy?
Throw me something crazy.
Advance Wars 1 and 2.
Okay.
Because the tiles are they're throwing me. You know?
It's not Advance Wars. Oh. Oh my God.
Is it Devolver Joint?
No. Okay, it's not what I thought. I was like, ooh, Mercenary Kings, because this looks like it, but I feel like we had Mercenary Kings not that long ago.
So Canet says, Turnip Boy robs a bank.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Also, the sequel commits tax evasion. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job, Silk Canet.
Also, if y'all have platform, please share this out. It does help us out. Let's see. All right, next one.
We got 2 more.
2 more. They're all the good stuff. What the heck?
Huh?
Right? Gary's mod.
Wow, these ads are very targeted right now.
Right, what is this now?
Go to bed. Here's some sleep medication.
NyQuil Z's. No, do you think it's Sunset Overdrive? So Canet says Sunset Overdrive. I say let's entertain that idea. I don't see how it's Sunset Overdrive, but I want to go with a viewer suggestion.
That arrow is throwing me, but we'll go
right?
for it.
Oh, Corona. Come on, now they're being mean. Yeah. They're just being spiteful. Oh goodness. Sunset Overdrive.
No.
Best combo. This was an 80. This looks like a PC joint.
Is this wait.
What?
Is this like a lollipop chainsaw? Or like a
Suda game?
Dead Rising?
Let's do Lollipop Chainsaw. Let's see. give it a go.
No. Okay. Oh,
No,
is this Thirsty Suitors?
Thirsty Suitors. There you go. There you go. We're really good in this game.
I need to play this game still. The demo was great.
Yeah?
Demo was a good time.
I'll take your word for it.
It's pretty good.
All right. One last one, Kyle. Let's do this. What do you think?
First thing that came to my brain was a Tomb Raider.
Ooh, let's do Tomb Raider. If we could pick almost any Tomb Raider.
Just to see if we're in the right franchise.
Just to see if we're in the right franchise.
No. Damn. Oh, 93.
93? Huh.
It's definitely older. Because these textures are older. This blood is definitely older. I say we skip.
Okay.
Oh my god.
PS2.
Oh my god.
Do you think it's Ico?
No.
Oh shit. I do not have any of the notes up.
I know this. So can it? Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is one of the older God of Wars.
Okay. Let's go. Let's give it a go. Do this.
Oh, damn. Oh, it is God of War. This is going to be God of War 2.
All right. When do you think they put the God of Wars in classic?
I don't know.
You know,
I hope
premium.
so. Look at how far Kratos has come. You know, in 17 years.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
God, what a good game.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's quite good. Everything it has here. And then, there's the show notes. Oh, let's put Zencaster up here. I'm sorry, I'm fixing stuff around because when I exited out of Zencaster the first time, everything kind of messed up. Let's do Dreamcast. Okay, there you go. I'm so sorry. I'm here for realsies. Oh, and you're here for realsies. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, Kyle's dying. Everybody, Kyle's sick. Everybody give Kyle a round of applause because he's back. He's sick, but he's like, nay, the show must go on.
We've talked about this before, Joe.
Yeah.
One of my biggest things that I'm totally afraid of on doing content is when I need to blow my nose.
Let me check you.
And then I come back and there's just snot everywhere.
Let me check you. Look up. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
You know I always got you. You know I always got you, brother.
Appreciate it. All right, we ready to roll?
Yes. Let me just
Thanks, Cade. I missed doing this last week.
I see real talk so much. Like so much.
Shout out to Lightweight Gaming and of course Luke and Ames for filling in for our respective selves in the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
As well as the Nerd Chat and KD for doing live reacts and whatnot. I'm gonna let you read what Cade said in chat.
Oh no! Okay.
I don't feel like I can say it. It feels like it's a you thing.
I can only listen to Luke for so long. I need Kyle back. Suck it, Luke. You suck. Oh, you suck. You dumb idiot.
Now, because I was working, I didn't get to watch the Ubi show.
You did not miss anything.
That's what I heard. I watched the Xbox show. The other showcases I also did not get to watch. I was there at SGF for the showcase itself. I was in the theater, but
okay. There you go. I wrote a little ditty because knowing me, I'm dumb. I'm gonna be like, duh, like I was last week when I was jet lagged. So it's cool how it's she's on the other foot. All right, you ready? Let's do this.
Chat, we'll see you in whatever the number is. I forget.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 381 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we are recapping Summer Game Fest and the biggest games that are coming to PlayStation. The Xbox Showcase and all the games also coming to PlayStation, which there's a lot. And should PlayStation clap back at Microsoft, while Phil Spencer omits that more Xbox games are coming to PS5 and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night over at youtube.com/PS Trophy Room at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and on audio services the very next day after. With all that said, with all that out of the way, making his triumphant return, the greatest co-host whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm sick.
That's right. That's right.
I'm doing great. I missed everybody last week. It's a weird feeling, and we'll get into it obviously, but like working what is now the E3 was a strange thing for me.
It was very
seeing
surreal.
all the cool things just within my vicinity that I wanted to play and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Drove me up a wall every single day.
I mean, seeing you meet folks like Shuhei Yoshida. I mean,
yeah, I met Shu. I got to talk to Michael Huber finally for a little bit.
Nice.
We were geeking out over Souls games. I got to talk to Lawrence from Inside Gaming and Funhouse fame.
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
Man, just so many incredible people. Mark Cerny was there, and I almost said hi to him, but he walked away too quickly.
I heard he was collecting ears, so I think you're fine.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I got sick. I didn't offer the sacrifice.
Yeah,
no, it was really, really cool, and I got some really cool people to play the game that I was there for, which
nice.
I won't talk a whole lot openly about it, but it's called A Notary, the Last Song. It's the Italian folklore inspired Souls-like. That's why I was there. That's one of my clients, so it was cool. It was very surreal. It was weird.
How did you get Shuhei to play the game?
So I noticed, was it earlier that same day or later on? I just saw him wandering, just looking around, getting a browsing, just making sure he.
Yeah, perusing.
Yeah. And I introduced myself to him, and I was like, I'm such a huge fan. Thank you for what you do for PlayStation and for indies. It's why I love PlayStation so much. And we took the picture, and then I talked to him about the game, and I was like, I know you're a Souls person. We would love for you to check this out. He was like, oh, okay, maybe. And then he went about his day. And then later on, he came back and was watching again. And I said, would you like to play now? Do you have some time? And he's like, yeah, I'd like to try it out. And then, boom, we got him on the couch.
Look at you, the salesman.
Let me tell you, Joe.
I want to hear it.
That man,
yeah,
his skills are insane.
He's really good.
The second boss, because the demo was it was a boss rush.
Sure.
The second boss, he did first try, and all he did was dodge. No parrying, no blocking, nothing but dodges.
Man after my own heart.
Shuhei, you are a god among men.
A pure monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was living so much vicariously through you, Luke, and Ains. When Ains shared the picture of him meeting Miyazaki, I nerded out. I got giddy. And just seeing you crush it and meet all these awesome people that we admire, and just seeing you just go to work. You know what I mean? Like it was awesome to see you in your element. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Kyle. Next year I'm going.
Sweet.
There's no Italy trip to get in my way. It is Summer Game Fest. Everything else gonna be secondary because the FOMO was real.
Sure. Yeah.
I wanted to see all my friends. It wasn't like about the games everybody was playing. It's like, man, I want to meet everybody in the flesh. You know what I mean?
And for those that have who don't know about SGF or have seen the Playdays layout, it was not open to the public. So it was just media and influencers that were allowed access to play these games and whatnot, and people that we all grew up listening to, watching, reading their articles. So it was a very much kind of like a low-key kind of laid back vibe where it was just cool seeing all these people that I admire so much. And it very much the games were cool, but it was very cool just connecting with the people. And I can't imagine, you've been to a PAX East. PAX East is a fucking zoo compared to Playdays. So.
Oh, is it really?
Oh my God. Yeah, because the public's allowed in PAX, so it's jam-packed.
Gotcha.
This one is it's a small little campus too. It's not huge. Mm-hmm. But it was definitely a good time.
Okay.
I'm hoping next year.
Yeah.
That when it comes to work-wise, Mike has to go for work and I get to go as for media, so I can go play all the things.
Absolutely. And first off, again, I missed you. It's been way too goddamn long. Mm-hmm. Thank you for all the guests that showed up, because last week I was the one that was jet lagged to an unparamount degree. So thanks to Luke and Ains for stepping in and actually being the quasi hosts for that episode. But honestly, I missed you so much, and just getting to sit here and talk about PlayStation. It's the one thing that I didn't want the Summer Game Fest coverage to be on this channel was for it to be work, right? I didn't want to, make it, fluff up and, all this stuff, because you weren't here, I didn't feel the need to so much make content around it, but just to have the community come together and just celebrate games more like a low-key hangout. And so I do want to thank, people like Katie, Logan, and the Nerd Chat boys for stepping up and, reacting alongside me as we reacted to what I thought was a really solid showing of just video games and celebrating the things that got us here, which is video games. So I want to thank everybody. I think next year, if we go to Summer Game Fest, I have an idea to make the reactions more like a community hangout more than anything. So again, I got some plans for next year, but I really love the low-key vibes and just seeing how everybody's kind of eating up our reactions over on YouTube, seeing how well the Xbox Showcase reactions video is doing in particular. It goes to show, man, someone said it really perfectly. It's this is how you support a platform. We could be PlayStation people. It does not mean Xbox sucks or whatever. Video games are video games, and just celebrating them is truly the important thing in times like these. That said, I want to get into a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, click the link down below for the Trophy Room merch, and calling all indie fans. This July, the By the Players community celebrates Indie Month. Get ready as we discuss Tales of Kanzara, the community-voted indie gem. Head over to By the Players on the Trophy Room Discord if you want to sign up to be a part of the discussion in July. But hurry, sign-ups close on Sunday, June 30th. Reminder, we're still booked for our for our God of War Ragnarok meetup on June 23rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see all y'all there. And got recommendations or other comments you would like to share? We want to hear them. Share your thoughts with Marcus O'Neill 79 or Drellish in our Discord by the players is our monthly trophy room hangout for all things PlayStation. Join the fun and connect with fellow members of the community. See you there. And also Tales of Kanzera Zao. That is on the PlayStation Extras. So if you're a PlayStation Extras member, you could be playing it. It's short, it's sweet, and gosh darn, very well written.
It's
so
real good.
Go play that game. Go support Abu and the team over at Surgent Studios. And our interview with Abu will be live next week on next week's episode. So
Sweet.
Yeah, a really great conversation. Really cool dude. So go support that game. All right. That said, before we get into squaring up all the news, of course, it's time for our Patreon pitch. The reason why we look so good, sound so great is because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. So if you ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, hell, we gave you some free entertainment over at our reactions for the Summer Game Fest. The one awesome thing that we didn't do there was just like, hey guys, if you could, give us a badge or a sub or whatever. It was just us celebrating games. If we got you through something that weekend, please throw a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It really does help us out. And I want to thank our premium producers, Graham at the bronze tier and Mike Thomas at the platinum tier. I want to thank our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our platinum members, Jay Shea, Jedi Master Ratten, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silcanet, Decimine, Jadus Von Metal, Mitchell Gramling, and Randy Hale. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth, Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyden Doors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Mark Sonio, Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., not to be mistaken with Astronaut Sr., The Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold, Tito Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Solo, and Lord Commander Suddy, who is back home from the hospital, all due to your well wishes and the amazing doctors over at whatever hospital put them organs in them. Thank you all so much for your constant support each and every month. It is really the reason why we can keep doing this show. So with all that said, and with all that out of the way, Kyle, it's time to square up the news. And honestly, I'll take the first story because it's not, it's not really a story.
Sure.
It's more like the Summer Game Fest live. It was over 2 hours long. A lot of games shown. Some ads towards the end. But I want to know what you thought. You were in the crowd. Did you like what you saw there? Was there any standouts? Like, what was your feelings about Jeff's show overall?
First of all, this is a plea towards Jeff for next year. The YouTube theater is really cool. It's great. Sound system in there is awesome. All of these events, Joe, could not be any more far apart from each other.
What do you mean?
So let's say we have play days here.
Mm-hmm.
The SGF show was all the way across town.
Oh, wow.
It took like 30, 40 minutes to get there.
Okay.
Because of LA traffic, which I now hate with a passion.
It really is as bad what they say.
It's even worse, Joe.
Oh, wow.
The Xbox showcase, for example, was again even further away, and Ubi was a different spot, and so when it came to like play days and media appointments, people were like not showing up or having to cancel because they were late, running to and from everywhere. As far as the SGF show itself, I missed the first few trailers because we were late because of the traffic. And when we got in, everyone was yelling, "You can't go in yet. You got to wait till the first ad break." So I was standing outside watching the Lego Horizon trailer with no sound. I have yet to watch it with sound yet.
Oh my God, Kyle.
So, it's that part sucked, but when you got in there, I think the show was decent.
Okay.
I don't think it was my favorite thing in the world. There were very few things that got me super excited.
Right.
But I don't think that's a bad thing.
Do you think him playing down the event was a good idea?
I think that hurt it for me
Really?
personally.
Okay.
Because I'm going in and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be super excited. I'm not going to look forward to a lot of things here because Jeff says it's an 8 out of 10, right? Like, which
Right.
I also feel weird. Like, you should say every show is going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I understand setting expectations and how that is important, but just having that kind of expectation of it, not being as hype as other ones kind of brought my expectations down way low, and even then it didn't really reach it fully.
Fair.
But yeah, as far as the show goes, it moved quickly. I despised that chicken ad at the end. That was fun. It was funny. Don't get me wrong.
But it was like 10 minutes long.
That thing felt like 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue
and
that.
after, like, I think it was the day before or the morning of the Kotaku article writing about how much these games had to pay to get in it. Just like that commercial alone is probably like
$1 million.
$1 million plus. I'm like, good God Almighty!
They got so much ad spend. It's ridiculous.
So many. Yeah.
No, what would you put it in, like, a numbered score?
I would give it a solid.
And really use the scale.
Yeah.
Like, one is horrific.
We're doing out of 10.
Yeah, like 5's mediocre. 10's the best thing ever.
I'm gonna use some decimal points here.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it like a 6.7.
Fair.
Like,
Fair.
there were some hype things there for sure, which we'll get into it. But there was a long stretch where I feel like we got 3 different fighting games in a row. And as a non-fighting game fan, I was like, oh, that's a lot of fighting in the last 20 minutes.
Fair.
And people were super excited in the crowd for it. It just not my thing. And then
the chicken ad.
Pacing was also a little weird as well, but
yeah, especially towards the end. I felt like the show was very front loaded. And also I gave you a little visual guide in the notes as to, like, the game show and if you need any help remembering, because there was a lot of games. And so, like, for me, I felt like the first 20 to 30 minutes ran really well, really fast, really smooth. Like, it showed me a whole lot of games that I was super interested in. I think opening it with Lego Horizon Adventures was a really smart move. And I mean, I think it's probably both of our games of the Summer Game Fest show, right?
Which one?
Lego Horizon?
No. Well, like I mentioned, I didn't watch the trailer fully yet.
Right. Dang. Because, like, that is mine by, like, a country mile. Because, like, I really do love. You're right. You don't watch it with sound and you're jet lagged. For me, I really love the optimistic vibe. I think the tone from Aloy is kind of over the top, but I think that I would like to see that translated into the more serious mainline Horizon games where she can be a little bit more lighthearted, where she was a little bit too stoic and, like, I guess the word is, like, determined.
Sure.
Or, like, she lacked personality outside those aspects. But, like, I just love how whimsical it was and just how beautiful that game looked.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I think let's start with Lego Horizon, as that is the big notable PlayStation news. Lego Horizons is official and out this holiday. This comes from Rebecca Valentine over at IGN. Sony and Lego have announced their Lego rendition of Horizon Zero Dawn entitled Lego Horizon Adventures at Summer Game Fest later today. It was a few days ago. Whatever. And the most notable thing, it's coming to PlayStation 5, PC, and Nintendo Switch
How dare
at
they?
launch this holiday. Lego Horizon Adventures is an action adventure game inspired by the world of Horizon and designed for two-player couch co-op. It appears to be a more comedic take on Horizon, co-developed by Guerrilla Games and Studio Gobo, with Aloy as the star and very loosely following the story of Zero Dawn. So, Kyle Stevenson,
Joseph Moran.
what was your reaction when you saw a PlayStation game coming to Nintendo Switch?
It's kind of wild.
Right?
It's kind of wild, but I get it that this is the one to do so.
Yeah, totally get it.
Like, the Lego games are great. I love them. But their audiences do skew more towards the younger audience, and
Okay.
why not have Horizon, which is an IP that we love so very much, get this new version of it and get into the hands of a younger generation so they can become fans of it and come when they're older, or their parents give them a PlayStation, like they'll have other games to play. It's just like, it's very cool. It's very, very cool.
For me, I was blown away. And I'm like, yes, the console war's over. The beef is over between Nintendo and PlayStation. And to go on your jet lag point, which I feel you, don't feel stressed because you're like, oh,
I got
no,
you.
you're fine.
I appreciate it.
You're running on 2.5 hours of sleep. For me, I take it as like PlayStation's mission is now to find gamers outside the PlayStation ecosystem that they could bring into the PlayStation ecosystem. Everybody was trashing them for saying, hey, we want to put our games on PC strategically to maybe entice some PC folks to go buy a PlayStation. And like, I saw people like Paul Tassi go like, that's not going to work. Dude, one of my friends bought a PS5 literally for Hogwarts, and just because they don't want to be sitting at their work desk / gaming desk, they want to go in the living room and relax with their wife. Like, that's and like games like Demon Souls have helped cement them in that PlayStation ecosystem. So for me, like if those gamers exist on PC, then those gamers absolutely exist on Nintendo. Like, are we my first console was a Nintendo, for Christ's sakes. Like, this is a way to bring them in. So you have, a Lego Aloy, and by happen chance you go, okay, now I'm 12 years old. I'm practically an adult. What system am I gonna play? Well, you take a look at a console that has an IP that you may be familiar with, and you go, oh, this is the more serious version because I'm an adult and I'm 12. I'll ask for this for Christmas because I'm an adult and I ask for stuff for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like that, that type of stuff. So, that's what I think PlayStation's going for. And as a big of a bet it is, it's not much risk because, like, at worst, people on Nintendo are going to buy this game. And the best case scenario is that people are going to buy this game and then go out maybe a few months, maybe a few years after, and then go buy themselves a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like,
my apologies,
it just makes sense
for forgetting to mute when I started blowing my nose.
Don't worry. I looked at the time.
Damn. Thank you, Joe. And also, like, yeah, put it on Switch. How many Switches are out there? Like, that number of potential people buying that game is ginormous. So why wouldn't you? And it is very interesting to see that both Xbox and PlayStation are viewing Switch as just a friendly competitor that they're not, I don't want to say not taking seriously, but like they want to work together with, instead of viewing them as the Anchorman.
They're a competitor, but they're
movie.
not the competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like every TV station and Anchorman are fighting each other. It's just like the third channel news is like, they're friends on both sides. It's fine.
Absolutely. And I think, like, honestly, it's a smart move
Yeah.
because they know, yeah, kids will graduate from their Nintendo Switch into another console. So why not indoctrinate them now by some family friendly IP within your overarching IP?
And again,
That
there is a
yeah.
Netflix show. Like
Yeah.
it's Horizon. We like to joke about it. Are we getting too much Horizon? But like Horizon's about to be everywhere, similar
Hmm.
to like Fallout and Last of Us. So like
Yep.
it's why not have it on another platform?
Yeah, absolutely. That said, here's another question for you coming from Excalibur on the Trophy Room Discord server. Make sure you hit that link down in the description. Join this community. Come talk PlayStation with us, and then give us your questions each and every Wednesday when I ask, just like Excalibur did here. Even though I think it would have been awesome to bookend Sony's State of Play with Lego Horizon, kid-friendly action adventure, and Astro Bot, a third-person platformer. Do you guys think the only reason, other than Nintendo branding, they held off on Horizon out of the State of Play was to avoid featuring the Switch branding there? I was thinking of this in relation to last week's convo about the word PlayStation likely not being mentioned at the Xbox showcase, which it wasn't, even for games like Doom, which it wasn't, and how long until you think those reservations may change?
I don't think those reservations will go anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't think at the main places you'll ever see the competitor's name on there. Because, like,
yeah,
for years we watch a showcase and it says, if it has the PlayStation branding, Xbox will tweet, oh, it's also coming out on Xbox. Same thing
yeah.
with during the Xbox showcase. Hey, this is showed off here. By the way, it's also coming to PlayStation, and PlayStation will tweet it out. Like it's just something that happens, and it's been happening forever. And I don't see anywhere, any way, shape, or form of it ever ending. I
Yeah.
think if there was going to be a shot of it ending, it'd be this one, especially with Xbox's new strategy of like
Sure.
bringing games over to PlayStation and other platforms. But I don't think they held out of the Lego Horizon solely because they didn't want to show the Switch during State of Play.
Oh, really?
I just think this was PlayStation's plan to have another major story beat at SGF, and
Sure.
like we'll get into it. PlayStation opened and closed the show. Like
Yeah.
it's why not have another major story beat at SGF with PlayStation? We're gonna open the show. We're gonna close the show. So what do you think of at SGF? What do you think of it starting? PlayStation, ending PlayStation. Like
Yeah.
it's they're making smart moves, even though they're not the moves that I think we would love to see.
I think you
But it's smart.
jet lag Kyle made some genius points there. I think like, yeah, listen, I would have loved to see, Phantom Blade Zero at the State of Play. Would have loved to see this at the State of Play as well. At the same exact time, having you being the thing that opens Summer Game Fest and the thing that closes Summer Game Fest and having an extra beat outside of your State of Play makes a ton of sense. And I think they know that because they keep doing it. But also, I do think it is because of that low branding. I think, listen, I don't think most parties care about what you rated their show. I think they truly only cared if you watched, right? So when it comes to the State of Play, I don't know how many people watch concurrently, but like, I don't think they cared all too much about what people, thought of the showcase. Um, what I do think is that you watched. And so when I think about this showcase, the Summer Game Fest Live, yeah, I think having that extra beat there is smart. But I also feel like they did not want to have this game here because it has Switch branding attached to it, and they didn't want anything to kind of hurt them in a or perceived to be negative light on a State of Play that's their show. Like that would have maybe overshadowed the event itself. So having it here and it making a splash here, I don't think hurts them in the slightest, and I think that's why they did it. That said, Kyle, I like the event.
Yeah.
If there is a showcase that people hate, I love, and if it's something people love, I typically didn't find it that interesting. And it's the same rule applies here. I liked it quite a bit. I saw a lot of games that like I was gonna be playing or trying out, or at least thought was interesting and may not be up my alley, but like I like what was shown. So
Yeah.
you know, I typically think it was like a 7 or 7.5. Like I thought it was solid. I think also the thing that people don't give Jeff credit here for is that he took all of your complaints during the Game Awards and made it a show that was surrounding developers, a lot of single devs, a lot of developers on stage being announcing them being publishers for indies, like doing the things that these big AAA companies won't. Like that's awesome. Addressing the layoffs at the gate at the start, like that is what I think we wanted to see, what, 6-7 months ago, that we got here. And people again just want to put up the wrap it up meme, rightfully so, and he deserves it. But like here I'm like, dude, I feel like there was genuine effort to make something beyond just a good showcase, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it definitely does.
All right, cool. That said, Kyle, I have 5 games here that I thought were the standouts of the Summer Game Fest show. Do you have
I've got a
top
couple.
5? Go for it.
Let's start off with Neva. My goodness gracious.
Oh my god.
I will be an emotional boy playing this game, but absolutely gorgeous from the makers of Gree. It seems like an emotional journey of a human and their dog, and the dog grows up with you, and the combat looks fun, like a Metroidvania. I'm not sure if it is a Metroidvania or not, but the music, the soundtrack, the visuals, everything about it is like Kyle bait to a T, and I am so excited to play this game.
Yes, I love the pastel vibes. It's just, when you go video games or art, Neva's going to pop up. This is a game that I will need to ask the PR person, does the dog die at the end? Because I can't do that.
Sure.
And that's what I'm afraid of happening. But like Neva does look absolutely stunning. That said, my game is completely opposite of yours.
Sure.
After Lego Horizons, it's the Valorant console beta.
Oh my god, really?
Yes,
Another
Kyle.
one that I thought went way too long.
Truthfully, it went way too long. I'll give you that.
But it is cool that it's coming to consoles.
It's cool and it's huge. Like this is a game that does easily 70, 60,000 people watching on Twitch at peak. Like this is a huge esports game, and to have a console beta here announced, that puts the Concord launch in perspective. It's like now I understand why Concord's coming out in the summer, because they really want to get ahead of Valorant launching in this fall. But there is a beta coming out, I think late June, early July, that I'm really excited for, because this is a game that is akin to, your Overwatch powers, but have more utility to them. It's not about wiping the map. It's more about, blocking paths, and putting up obstacles, meets a precision shooter like that of a Counter-Strike Go, or just a Counter-Strike in general. This is made by Riot, and from what I've seen and from what I've experienced on PC with this game, it's a really good time, and I'm really excited to actually play this on PlayStation. For sure. What was the second announcement that stuck out to you, Kyle?
Oh, man, tugging at my heartstrings as a kid, when I heard there was some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers about to happen.
Right?
Oh my goodness. If it's anything even close to Shredder's Revenge.
And that was the vibe.
1000%. It's called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. It's an old school co-op beat 'em up. And sign me up.
Sign me up.
That was one of the few things during the show where the whole crowd was like, "No way, hell yeah, let's go!" And yeah, that's like an easy one.
Yeah,
Is it going to be on best of the year list? I have zero idea. Am I gonna have a ton of fun playing that game? You damn straight I am.
you're damn, you're damn straight. Yeah, no, Rita's Rewind, awesome. For me, here's the one that I don't think you would think is one of my favorite announcements. But it's Outer Sloth, Inner Sloth's indie publishing label.
It's one of mine as well.
I mean, Inner Sloth, they are the Among Us crew. They also showed a brief stint of the TV show. Looks like it's like their opening credits. But this is important, and for Jeff to have them up on stage, even if they had to pay their way, this is what it's all about. I think one of the things that Jeff outlined was like, look at the biggest games that are coming out right now, and they're not the big AAA games. They're not your $70 games. They're the games that cost like $5, like an Among Us. They're games that it costs $40, like Helldivers 2. Like these are the things that are breaking the way or paving the way for indies. And while it is hard right now, like seeing the optimism, I share that optimism because I see announcements like Outer Sloth and them already publishing 5 games that look interesting. That's awesome. That's really cool. So that would be my third favorite thing announced here. For sure.
And to piggyback off of that, yeah, I love this one as well. I do. Whether or not the optics of it overshadows it all, but I do love that Indies did get a huge shout out on the SGF stage proper.
Yep.
That is just an overall highlight because there were a lot of really, really cool things on there. Speaking of, that's sort of indie, but will have a lot of backing towards it. But the next thing I was super excited about is the Blumhouse Games lineup.
Yeah.
We everyone wants to talk about fresh, new ideas for video games and not treading the same water. And Blumhouse just comes out and like, here's 5 or 6 horror games, all unique from each other, all weird, all different art styles, gameplay, whatever. Have at it. Oh yeah, by the way, we have Sam Barlow's next game as well. Like it's just what a awesome little grouping of games, and I love that they got a chance to show it, and they all look cool. And if you're a fan of horror, I guarantee you one of those 5 or 6 games will be up your alley. They're so unique, and I love it.
Yeah,
it was very, very cool.
All right, here's my next game, Kyle. All right, and you're gonna be taken aback by it, I think. Monster Hunter Wilds looks freaking awesome. Seeing the previews drop from this game as well, all the coverage around it, just seeing the animations of not just like the huge monstrosities you're fighting, but also seeing the animations that your character's doing. Ooh-wee. Now, I was not good at Monster Hunter Worlds, and I doubt I'll be even remotely decent at Monster Hunter Wilds, but seeing the set pieces that I saw, Capcom, even for games that I don't think were as strong as I wanted them to be as I was playing them, like Dragon's Dogma 2. I could still see that that's a fantastic game that deserves all of its praise. They're just on fire now. And so I'm going to be day one seated for Monster Hunter Wilds when it comes out sometime in 2025. So that is my 4th game, or 4th announcement that I dug at the Game Fest Live. What about you, Kyle? What was your numero cuatro? That's Spanish and maybe even Italian because I went to Italy.
The entire time this trailer was happening, I was like, okay, this is cute. Not my style of game at all. And then something happened at the end, and there's a little twist.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, I'm all about Wanderstop.
Oh,
Wanderstop
okay.
is that Stanley Parable creator, I believe it's called Ivy Road, where you got this a girl who's farming for tea and making tea in the tea house.
It's nice and cozy.
It's nice and cozy. Yeah. She's talking about how she's like she was a warrior and a combatant. She has all these skills, but she's doing this to learn to cope with her anger and cope with her aggression. And then the whole time you're like, oh, cool, this is so cozy, you know, great time. And then the last scene is like her fighting to control it, and then it looks like things go down. So
Yes.
I'm wondering if what we saw is like maybe the first 20 minutes or so.
And it's something completely different.
Something completely different, or that is a big mechanic, but you are farming and making teas to use when you're fighting.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I really, really want to learn more about this because I'm not a farming player at all.
Fair.
But that was such a really cool, unique take on it that I'm all in.
I mean, Silk Candidate writes, I'm a simple man. I see Stanley Parable Dev. I play the game.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
My honorable mention of this whole thing are 2 games. First and foremost, which we'll talk about a little later. We saw more Star Wars Outlaws, you know? And Civ 7, come on, man. Coming to PC and consoles next year. And Black Myth Wukong trailer.
That trailer
Sounds dope.
was cool. The Black Myth one. The taking the little thing out of his ear and then full staff.
Dope.
It's cool. PS5 exclusive for indefinite amount of time.
I mean, yeah.
It's the same it's the Baldur's Gate issue.
Yeah. That's something the Xbox folks got to resolve on their end, it seems. And then last but not least, my honorable mention would have to be Sam Lake on stage dancing, you know? Mustard on the beat, and he's just dancing. Yeah,
I
man.
was trying to get the crowd to sing while he was up there, and everyone left me high and dry. I was singing the song completely. That would have been a cool moment, but no one.
You tried to start the wave.
I tried, and I was like, "Shut up, Kyle."
All right, but my last game, like the true game that got me super hyped, was Phantom Blade Zero. And as previews come out, they're like, "This is not like a simple Dark Souls. Like, there's a lot of combos."
Would you like me to talk about it? Because I got to play it.
I mean, yeah, let's do it. Talk to me about it
because it fits here.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, I was working, so I didn't really have time to play. But there was a down, maybe hour and a half, where I didn't have any appointments. So I was like, let me go see if any of these booths had an opening. And the also really cool thing about Playdays is the other devs would come and play other teams' games. It was like a big celebration thing.
Camaraderie, yeah.
So they came over and they played Anotria. And they were like, yeah, come on over, whatever, and try out Phantom Blade. And I took them up on that offer. And, oh, man, this game fucking rocks, Joe.
Awesome.
So if you've read any previews or heard anyone talk about it, it's not really a Souls-like.
Mm-hmm.
It is more Devil May Cry, Neo,
Ninja Gaiden, maybe? Okay.
Where it's combo focused more than anything else.
Nice.
And the demo did a great job of teaching you what to do. There's a lot of mechanics there. It is a lot, but everything has a purpose. So like when you parry, it's not just you parry and then you have to attack. If you parry correctly, it is an attack in itself. So like you parry and then you are hitting and then you can chain it into a combo. When you dodge throwable items, you catch the throwable and throw it back.
Ooh.
On a perfect dodge.
Okay.
You can knock them down with a heavy combo. And then I forgot exactly what the terms were. But you have like your secondary magic skills or secondary weapons that you can use, and you can blast like a cannon at them or use a flamethrower. You can in the last boss that I did in the demo, which by the way I beat it in 10 minutes, and the dev was like, that's like the fastest we've seen all weekend. No brag or humble brag, but you can run up pillars to avoid attacks and then jump on the enemy, the boss enemy, to do more damage to him.
Oh, that's dope.
It's so flashy. It's so cool. There is a lot going on screen, so can be a little too much.
Okay.
But I had such a good time. It felt great.
Nice.
I was expecting to be a little bit more cautious, like most Souls, and take enemies one at a time. He was like, no, go in, get in there, and actually like be aggressive, because if there's enemies nearby, let's say you're attacking one enemy and an enemy is coming in behind you, if you successfully hit a combo, it will attack both of them at the same time.
Oh, damn.
Like, you will slash one and then you'll do a kick to the one in the back, but it's
awesome.
not like extra button presses or anything. It just happens. Like, they really thought this through. The world seems cool. I didn't get a whole lot more outside of how traversal might be or whatnot, but
okay,
it does seem like it might be a little linear, which is not a bad thing. But it's just dripping and cool.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
All right, that sold me quite a bit. Because like when people, I don't know, I think we're all getting kind of Souls-like drained. It's like, okay, here's another Souls-like, here's another Souls-like. So like to see something where I could see it being very much different. Like we're having conversations of like, is Stellar Blade a Souls-like? Absolutely not. But like, having action games have that, I guess, layer of From Software on it or influence on it. It's awesome to see them go and do something that feels drastically different on a modern setting, but is, inspired by generations before it. Like, a Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry. That's really awesome to see. It's really awesome to see. All right, Kyle. So, what is your last favorite announcement at the Summer Game Fest? Was it also Phantom Blade Zero?
It was cool. I don't know if it was my last favorite one. A couple little what's
your honorable
mention?
Yeah.
I love how everyone lost their damn mind for this Killer Bean game, and I never knew about that thing before. But everyone in my section was going, "Oh my god, it's here!" Like, what are you talking about? I've never heard of this before in my entire life. And people were going nuts. Yeah. On the opposite side, when they showed off Batman Arkham Shadows, I don't know if you heard it at home, everyone was very disappointed in it being a VR game.
Yeah.
It seems like
you could hear it. You heard like, yay! And then...
Yeah. It seems like a lot of people there weren't aware of it only being a VR game, and people were just like, oh, really? That sucks. Deer and Boy is another indie. The kid and exactly that, a kid and his deer. Another gorgeous looking platformer game. But you mentioned it earlier. My biggest one is the Alan Wake news. Yes. Not only are we getting a physical edition, but I can go play the Night Springs DLC right now. And that trailer was so cool because it had Jesse motherfucking Faden. And I lost my shit. And I texted you to tell everyone in the live show, hey, Kyle's losing his mind right now in the seats.
And I did. I let everybody know, by the way.
Oh my god. It's so cool. I'm very excited to check it out, hopefully this weekend.
Yeah.
Sam Lake could do no wrong. Remedy could do no wrong in my eyes. That collector's edition is dope, by the way. Have you seen it?
I have. Yeah.
Comes with the little lamp. Like, whoo.
But $200 is
It's a lot. It's a lot. Also, that Wukong collector's edition is like $400. Like, that's a lot.
It's already sold out. But like, I was not going to buy it. I was
Christ.
I'm like, guys, though it looks great, it's still an unproven IP. Like, I'm not, if it's not a From Software game, I'm not buying a collector's edition on the first game. No.
Yeah. But Remedy, that announcement was cool, and I should have known that we would have probably have gotten it.
Yeah.
But it was a nice little surprise. It was very cool.
Fair enough. All right, Kyle. That's Summer Games Fest. Again, a lot shown. Now let's move over to Team Green. Welcome to the Achievement Hall. All right, where everything's Game Pass day one. I'm your host, Joseph.
Cool.
That's right. It is cool. It's the greatest goddamn deal in gaming. I will hear a peep otherwise. And then, you know what? The Series S, it's great too. Okay?
Okay.
I don't care that some games, it looks like it maybe was a mistake. I don't care. All right?
Okay.
It's great.
Sure.
And cloud gaming, the greatest thing. Okay. Xbox Games Showcase 2024. All games headed to PS5 and PS4. This comes from Zermina Khan over at PlayStation Lifestyle. Here are the games coming to PlayStation that were announced at Summer Games Fest. And I already saw some people on social media mad that I even hinted that there were games coming to PlayStation from the showcase. Whatever.
That
Call of
always
Duty
happens, though. Why are they surprised?
I don't know, man.
If it doesn't say Xbox Studios presents or anything, it's multi-platform most likely. Like, I don't understand what you...
We should assume.
Right.
Well, trust me, it's going to get messier. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. That was, also a direct afterwards. Game looks great. Looks like it's shaping up to be something cool. We have Doom, The Dark Ages, Dragon Age, The Veilguard, Fallout 76, Skyline Valley Update, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Let's just call it Expedition 33. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater Remake. Sea of Thieves Season 13. Flintlock. Pew, pew. The Age of Dawn looks stellar. Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. Mixtape. A narrative indie game behind the folks of Artful Escape. Can't wait. Elder Scrolls The Gold Road. Life is Strange double exposure. It sees the return of Max for the first game. Let's go. Mecha Break. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Atom Fall. And Assassin's Creed Shadows. Got a gameplay trailer. Kyle, Nisa already pre-ordered Flintlock. I want to know, are there any games here?
Oh my god.
What are your top 5? Top 3? I don't even care. Whatever. What are your top games shown?
I think Mixtape was my game of the whole weekend, if I'm totally honest with you.
That was your game. It looked great.
I didn't love Artful Escape as much as other people, but I love the way Mixtape is doing its animations, and its soundtrack is stellar. It just seems like such a good, wholesome time. And I love that music is at the background of it all. I cannot wait to play that game. That's definitely up there. Shout out to Ben Starr, Expedition 33.
Let's go.
When I saw that, I was like, okay, all right, cool visuals. And then when I saw the gameplay, I'm like, holy shit, this is an old school turn-based RPG. Sign me up right now. Thank you, Ben, for keeping that alive. And the studio over there. That makes sense. And also, shout out to that dev for they reacted to the trailer going live at SGF and shared on socials. It was very wholesome. I loved it very, very much.
I love that.
The Doom trailer. Oh my! I'm so happy we get to play it on PlayStation because I want to use. I want to use that shield exclusively the entire game.
So bad, dude.
And the gun that crushes the skulls and uses it for bullets. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god! I wish.
Oh,
good.
Those were excellent.
When I heard it's like medieval inspired, I was like, Are we gonna get is it just a sword? No. Shotgun, but it looks like it's the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. This is a vibe.
We're riding dragons. We're getting into kaiju mechs. What's happening?
Who the
takes place
cares, man?
Before Doom? Okay, let's go. I'm in.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Man. There was a lot. So I know you'll probably ask me this in a second, but I thought it was a very, very good showcase.
Yeah.
Don't think it was perfect.
Oh, what a Sony fanboy
No,
thing
no,
to
no, no,
say.
no. And I think you'll agree with me on this one.
Okay.
There were too many times where they would show a game,
Uh-huh.
and then 2 trailers later, it'd be a game that looked very similar to the other game.
Oh, really?
Like Adamfall and Stalker are way too close to each other.
Okay. All right.
Like,
I could see you there.
There was too much of that happening where I was like, okay, some of these games look too similar to each other.
Mhm.
That's the only. And I'm sitting here, be like, it's still like a 9 out of 10. It's
Right.
just not. It wasn't perfect as everyone saying like, oh, it's the next coming of Christ. Like I don't think it was that good. It was still really stellar.
Yeah.
And then like the one game that we're not going to get on PlayStation yet. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hopefully, blah blah blah. I think South of Midnight also stole the show.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It
looks phenomenal.
I swear to God, Joe, this is if Xbox after that game comes out,
yeah,
if they do to Compulsion what they did to Tango, I'm going to rip and tear like the Doomslayer himself.
No, I think we're good. I think we're good.
So.
So I think this. I do. I think a real strong complaint, and I think a valid complaint or argument to have, is that there was a lot of trailer. There was not a lot of hard dates to things.
That too, as well, because like there was a lot of folks in the past few years being like, "Hey, PlayStation, you're showing things way too far out."
Yeah,
that a day.
And this is like the third or fourth time showing Fable.
Yeah, PlayStation has backed off on that, and we're now upset that we aren't seeing much.
Right.
But Xbox is doing it, and it's just like it's a cyclical. I can't say that word.
Cyclical.
Thank you.
I got you.
It's ebb and flow where PlayStation will do it, Xbox doesn't. Xbox doesn't, PlayStation doesn't. Right now, we're in middle place where it's going back and forth a little bit. But yeah, I'm with you. Too many like trailers for games where who knows when they're coming out.
Fair. That said, though, holy mother of God, that was how you do a showcase. Listen, again, that little complaint aside, I do think this is a near perfect showcase. Like, this was for Xbox fans or for PlayStation fans to relate. This is like Xbox's 2016 show of dreams.
I agree.
Like,
yeah.
After the awful year that Xbox has had, the PR blunders, things coming multi-platform, the lack of explanations, the mass layoffs, and listen, those things don't, blunt any of those things happening. But if you are concerned about the thing that you bought having a future, the games that you have, you're, in that ecosystem, this showcase, if anything, proves that they're here for a long time. That said, it goes like this. Mixtape also was phenomenal. That's my 5th favorite game shown. Indiana Jones, Machined Games understood the assignment. That brief snippet was the most Indiana Jones thing I've seen in decades. Like, truthfully. And I liked the last movie fine, but like this felt like it was very much like, oh yeah, this thing came out right after Raiders. Like it was so good. And yeah, like seeing like Nazis get punched in the face and like seeing, Marjorie's great uncle taunt Indy and then him just get his shit rocked 5 minutes after the fact was just so rewarding. And I'm like, Indiana Jones is so goddamn cool. Gets me hyped. South of Midnight. Oh my God. The stop motion. Gorgeous.
You tell me this.
Yeah.
What is the one game when you saw that gameplay? What did it remind you of?
Someone said it online and I can't get it out of my head. It looks like Kena.
Yep.
And if you're telling me I'm getting more Kena,
yep.
All right, sign me the hell up.
Agreed.
And then we got Perfect Dark, a game that has been having a rough go at it. And I think showing it here was perfect because it made you feel like John Wick meets Hitman. of like, this is how you could approach the level any which way you want. Here's some gun fu, like, amazing.
I was shocked we saw it because the last thing we heard was it was in trouble.
Yep. And Nisa, I'm right there with you. I want South of Midnight.
Yeah.
So bad. But yeah, like we heard it's in trouble. Now we're like, I mean, seeing it here, it looks pretty good. It's not the most pretty game, but I understand they're kind of going for the, what is it, the 06 vibe, right? That's when the Xbox came out. Anyway, it kind of gives me that color palette vibe. But man, awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't believe they made her chin realistic.
Shut the fuck up.
All right. Gears of War E-Day. I have been watching this trailer on repeat ever since we stopped recording. Because, like, Kyle, I know this is a PlayStation show, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, like, Gears of War is one of the most formative games of my gamer life. And E-Day is a huge occurrence in the, Gears of War fame. There's a lot that goes on. It is the invasion of the Locusts in Sarah. But, like, there's just so much to explore there. And when people go, oh, why is this game coming out, not Gear 6? It's like, guys, you know that they are making a movie, right? Like, they are making like a TV show or whatever on Netflix. Like, they want to touch upon this backstory before someone in Hollywood does it. And to have Marcus back, to have Dom back, Jesus, I've almost cried every time watching it. It just means so much to me.
And as somebody with no history with it, but know the trailers very well, the fact that they use the same song,
Mad World,
it's just like, whew, that was good. That was really good.
Like
the moment,
chef's kiss.
The moment as well when they were like, we have one more thing to show you, and it wasn't green and it was red.
God.
It was really cool. It was really
cool. That was good. And listen, argue over if it's a CG trailer. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. It's the least interesting arguments I've seen online in a very long time. Yeah. And trust me, we got weebs arguing about chin shapes. I don't want to hear it. The trailer looked great. I am day one. I'm in on this game.
How far away do you think that is?
That is 2025 at best. 2026. Yeah, I think so. I would hope so. That's my hope.
That'd be cool.
That's my hope. But yeah, I think, again, there was a lot of games shown there that piqued my interest. Only thing was not enough, dates to things.
Yeah. Also, just showcase production-wise, I didn't love how Matt Booty came in the middle point, and I thought it was over. It really was just it was a really like, oh, like I hit like someone pumped the brakes. You should see my reaction.
Yeah, you should see my reaction. I'm like, no, we're already leaving.
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing? It really, to me, it hurt the pacing a whole lot, but everything shown afterward was still very, very good.
Yeah, same. Also, like, no more execs, please. I don't give a shit how. Oh, we love the teams here, really, until you close them. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's how I felt. I'm like, guy, Sarah, goodbye. Phil, I don't care. Like, let me see the studios and let them speak for themselves. I'm kind of angry at y'all at the moment. Ubisoft was there. I know, Kyle, you didn't watch it. Don't worry, there was no need. It was just really more Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed. Even deeper dive, which looked.
I did amazing. See Prince of Persia remake is back, but 2026.
From the ground up, man.
Okay.
All right. Cool. It was pretty much like, here's Star Wars Outlaws, here's a bunch of small announcements and updates to games that are already out, and now here is Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Can they just admit that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is canceled?
I think they don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Like, just straight up cancel it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I don't think it's being made, truthfully.
Or just like done. Use the team that makes those cinematics. Just give us a movie.
Yeah.
I'd gladly watch a movie with those characters if we're not going to get the game.
Yeah, fair. Katie writes, good day, guys. Nice to have you both back together. First and foremost, Kyle, congratulations on how do you pronounce
Enotria.
Enotria. Hey, Opa. So what a weekend we had. The list of games I want has increased to a crazy amount. So my question is this week is pretty simple. What are the standout games this whole entire weekend? What's something that genuinely surprised you? And was there something still missing, a game that you wanted to see but didn't? Thank you again for letting me join this weekend and have an awesome work as always. Take care.
Can't wait
It's
to
awesome
watch
having
Katie.
you. Katie.
Yeah.
It's awesome having you. So, Kyle, out of all the games here, right? What were your top 4 games of the show? And I mean, Black Wyver also writes tons of announcements. What were your top 3 announcements across the board for each of us? So, yeah, I'll increase it up to 4. What was your 4 games of show?
Thanks for increasing it up to 4.
No problem, bud.
Wow. A mixtape for sure is 1.
1.
Oh my god.
What's number 2?
Oh my god.
What's number 2?
Never.
Never's number 2. Okay.
Yep. South by Midnight is 3.
God, it looks so good, dude. Looks so good. It had no right to look as good as it did.
Man, what's number 4?
What is number 4?
What is? Oh, I would. Expedition 33.
Yeah?
I think those would be my 4.
All right. My 4 top announcements would be, first, I'm rating these from like things that I know I'm going to be playing soon. Okay. So like there's a lot of games on Xbox that I'm interested in. I'm not throwing shade at it whatsoever. Cause again, I think the showcase is genuinely amazing. Number 4 is Lego Horizon. Let's start it off there. Let me be a Sony pony, okay? For Christ's sakes. And then it would be South of Midnight. I think I don't want to let my Gears bias like be the thing that kind of holds me, right? Because like you're right, there is not even a year on that trailer, but there is a year for South of Midnight, and I think this is Compulsion's game of like, hey, we're here and we're making a name for ourselves. It's not We Happy Few, it's this. And here's the thing that's gonna catch you by surprise. I'm thinking about games I'm playing this year. Assassin's Creed Shadows looks genuinely amazing. I think the dual protagonists, I had a lot of questions walking in. I have way less questions walking out. Each play style, one feels like it is, very much an ode to the classic games, which is Naue, and then Yasuke plays like the modern, Assassin's Creed, Odyssey type of vibes. And so getting those choices, it looks great. The animations look incredible. Assassin's Creed Shadows. And then, Kyle, I just have to. It's in my DNA. It's the thing I love more than video games itself. And seeing this game and hearing so many people go, Joe, this is it. This is definitely your bag. Star Wars Outlaws looks incredible, and hearing all the previews and how glowing it is, seeing it's pretty much like what I wanted Starfield to be in terms of like, here is the ship to ship combat. Here, you're in orbit and you're going straight to the planet, and how it fakes you out with the cloud load screen and makes you feel like you're actually landing a ship on the planet, and having like a GTA wanted system, like all of it. God, I need this game so bad. I will protect Nyx with my life. Are you kidding me? So yeah, Star Wars Outlaws, still 2 for 2. My game of the show.
Can I add one more?
Yeah.
Because it was technically part of the Summer Game Fest. Astro Bot.
Ooh, I mean, yeah.
I just want to throw that out there because it technically it's in the time frame.
Yeah, you're right. I'll allow it. And you know what? Can I get one more in there?
Yeah.
Doom, the Dark Ages. God damn, man. Give me the shotgun, obliterates the big baddies. That's going to get me in.
To Katie's other question, something that generally surprised me that we did not see, I would have put money that we would have seen the Lies of P DLC.
Yeah.
I really, really thought we would get to see it in motion.
Okay, I know
which I guess is a blessing in disguise because there's so many Souls games during that show. But man, I want to see what this DLC looks like.
That's fair. That's fair. The thing that I was genuinely surprised that wasn't there, that's a good question. Because I really go in with an empty slate with these things. Mm-hmm. But I would say I'm genuinely surprised that he didn't even mention Kojima. Yeah. Like, no Kojima presence at the Xbox show or Summer Game Fest Live. I think that was very telling.
I think if we get a PlayStation showcase in a few months, then we'll see Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, we definitely are. Like, we'll talk about it in a bit, but like we're gonna get the showcase, guys.
Yeah.
Just calm down. Stingray X writes, seeing that
Don't tell me to calm down.
Just relax. Get back in your seats. Seeing that we saw many 2025 dates, what game do you predict that will actually come out in 2025? Not yet announced. Not yet announced.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Oh, that's a good one. Wolverine.
Right?
Yeah. I think either one of those two would do. King Recyclops writes, "Hey guys, happy to see you both back. I'll give you a kind of easy but potentially long," that's what she said, question. What were some under the radar highlights for you across all the shows? I'm still catching up on a couple of the indie shows, so I'm curious what I need to keep an eye on. Kyle, you are the man that has a pulse on all indie games, so this question's really to you, not to me.
Oh man,
what do you feel like is flying under the radar that more people need to be talking about?
That's a good question, because I did not get a chance.
Cyclops.
Did not get a chance to watch PC Gaming Show. Did not get a chance to watch Future Game Show or Glitch or anything like that. So there might be one there that I haven't seen yet.
Fair.
But I do feel like not enough people are talking about Neva.
Yeah. Truthfully, it looks beautiful.
And I don't know why that is. Like, rightfully so, people are super excited for Mixtape. But I think Neva is just as equally as gorgeous of a game.
I think for me, Kingdom Come Deliverance looks stellar.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I like, maybe it's just the channels that I run with. Not enough people are talking about it. It looks genuinely, and it's supposed to come out this year, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, where is it? Great question, Recyclops. So, Candidate writes, "Good evening. What a crazy week it's been in video games. So much good games from AAA to indies. For 2024, for me, is shaping up to be even better than 2023. What about you? Do you think 2024 lineup is as strong as last year? If not, what would make it as good?" No, I don't think for me it's not as strong. I think every month in 2023 had a game that I needed to be playing and that I did play, and every single game was like, this is my game of the year. Up until The Wire, man. So like I don't think this is as bad of a year. And I actually, like, I'll even bring up Delicious Morsels question too with this. It's like, are we still calling this year a light year for gaming? Mind you, I've never subscribed to that train of thought to begin with, but man, this weekend added no insignificant amount of new games to play on my radar. I'm excited to play, and many of them dropped this year. It's time for that quote-unquote light year of narrative to vanish into the abyss. I don't think it's been a light year in games. There's been a lot of games to play. Is it as big as packed as last year? No, but like there's still good games to play.
I think there have been moments this year where it's been lighter.
Fair.
But there's still also extremely busy times that we've gone through already in game releases. Like a few weeks ago in May, there was like a week where 8 awesome indie games came out very close to each other or on the same day. Shout out to May 9th. So like it so far may seem like it's a lighter year up to this point. fall now is stacked. There's so much of the fall now that we have to. Yeah. I don't want to say worry about, but know that we're getting at this.
I mean, so many people said PlayStation had no games this year. Now they're all upset that Lego Horizons isn't on their platform. You're right.
Fickle.
You're right.
Fickle people.
Fickle bunch these kids are. Had to throw in a jab there. I had to.
I don't know if 2024 will match 2023 for me because last year was very good. But it's close.
Yeah,
it's close.
It's been a good time. I don't think it again. Not nearly the amount of slangers, but doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, I was just very lucky that I got to play my favorite horror game, 2 of my favorite horror games. Actually, 3. What am I even saying, right? Dead Space, RE4 Remake, and Alan Wake. 3 of them are like, again, all 3 are now integral to my DNA. Baldur's Gate, which is the greatest RPG I've ever played. Spider-Man, which is my favorite, superhero game of all time. So it's like, it's not on that caliber, but there have been a lot of fun experience that I have been playing, and I'm not getting burnt out going, ugh, all right, I got to plug in Helldivers, right? Like, I'm having a fun time. I think there's more surprises this year than there were last.
I mean, I got FF7 Rebirth this year. Like, I'm eating well. I don't need any other games, really. I'm good.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. Do you wanna tackle this next story? Or you want me to? Again, you got the vid.
I got it.
Okay, go for it.
Sarmina Khan over at PS Lifestyle writes, more Xbox games are coming to PlayStation, Phil Spencer confirms. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has pretty much confirmed that more Microsoft first-party games are headed to PlayStation platforms. This news is neither surprising nor a revelation, but there continues to be debate over how far Microsoft plans to go with its multi-platform pivot. Microsoft sees Xbox games on PlayStation as a quote-unquote benefit. During an interview with IGN yesterday, Spencer was quizzed about releasing games like Doom the Dark Ages on PS5 after spending billions of dollars acquiring ZeniMax. Spencer said that he is often asked what the benefit of buying an Xbox console is if Microsoft will release its game on multiple platforms. He is of the view that Xbox first-party games launching day one on Game Pass and being cross-compatible with PC is the biggest advantage of investing in Microsoft's hardware. Quote, our commitment to our Xbox customers is that you are going to get the opportunity to buy or subscribe to the game. We are going to support the game on other screens, Spencer said. You are going to see more of our games on more platforms, and we just see that as a benefit to the franchises that we are building. Spencer added that players simply, quote, love to be able to play, end quote. So there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth.
And now, Kyle, I want to add a little update. Meanwhile, it has been rumored that Halo Combat Evolved Remastered is being considered for a PlayStation 5 version, as it's being claimed. And a little update to that, there are other games in consideration on Project Latitude. That is the project that they're porting all these games over to other platforms. You have Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, Age of Mythology Retold. Jesus Christ, if that is true, holy crap, this is a dream come true for me. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Starfield, and again, the Halo CE remaster, and of course, Doom the Dark Ages that is already announced. On top of that, one more little update. Here's another quote from Phil Spencer in the same IGN interview. He goes, it's a choice. We didn't say to anybody that you had to subscribe to Game Pass to play. If you want to buy Black Ops, that's great. It's great for us. It's great for the developers. If you want to subscribe, it's also great. I want to give you the choice on how to play your games and who you play with. Not try to do slimy platform things to force you to do what I want you to do. Give players choice on what they want to do and who they want to play with. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That said, Kyle, this quote has been making the rounds. Not so much the slimy one, but the, Phil Spencer's comments on multi-platform.
Oh, I've only heard the slimy one.
Oh, fair enough. So, okay, what's your spicy take on the slimy quote? And what's your take on this new quote of like, hey, we're we're bringing our games over, and the benefit of being on Xbox is you get to subscribe to them and not just pay the $60-$70 for them.
The ability or the gall to think.
Here he goes, guys.
That
Here he goes.
Don't have the memory of Xbox doing the same goddamn thing to PlayStation during the PS3 era is appalling. Like, I don't understand it. Like,
right.
I worked at GameStop. I saw the banners that I had to hang up. Get the Call of Duty DLC a full month ahead of PlayStation users.
Yep.
And now we're gonna sit here on our big throne and call it slimy that PlayStation did it for a few years. Like, you gave Square Enix or Crystal Dynamics how much money to get the second Tomb Raider game only to be on Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a thing that you both are doing. So stop throwing these needless daggers. At the other side. You're both doing it. You're both being slimy. I just don't understand.
It's also, you both are being petty.
Yes. You're not better than the other one because you both do it.
Yeah. And
the only one that does it is Mr. Nintendo. He's the only one sitting there going by the books. He studies real hard. He gets all his homework in on time. Doesn't let anyone cheat. Like, doesn't have to ask for any extensions to deadlines for papers, whatever. It's fine. Just like, stop acting like you're on the high horse here. You both have done these same things before. Get over it. It's fine. It's just your turn now to be in charge of it.
Well, it's like those, just because, right. First off, is a pro-consumer that both these companies do it. And let's be honest, more so PlayStation in recent years. Absolutely not. But does it enhance me, the PlayStation gamer, to go out there and play a Hogwarts Legacy because there's bonus missions, or go play Call of Duty because I get like 5% more XP on a Saturday than you? Yeah, sure. You both do it, though. And to feel like this is like, oh, such a slimy thing to do. It's like, dude, you do it.
Us. And if we can't have the same content at the same time. Go away.
Yeah, and like at the same exact time, it's like you're also they've done it too, and they've also flat out went out and bought third-party publishers and have told them what games could come on their platform first and then ours second. So it's like the purity test is not there.
And to be clear, I'm with you, Joe. I don't love it on either side at all. It's just, don't act like you don't also do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, Luke says it in chat. It's definitely felt like a sour grapes moment. It's like, because like real talk, it's like Phil doesn't want to do this. I think we could all see it. It's like he's being forced to put these games multi-platform. If he had a choice, he wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
But Satya wants that return on investment ASAP. So like,
I was also 3 feet away from Phil, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The amount of people and his posse around him was staggering.
Oh really?
It was he had like 8 people around him at all times.
God damn. He's a cool kid. He's a cool kid. But yeah, like that statement there, project, like the fact that Project Lab 2, like in the next coming weeks, we're going to see the next slew of games make their way or be announced that they're making their way over to PlayStation. Like, you know, it's just a weird, I think it's weird for us and it's weird for him that the console wars are ending. And I think, it is definitely a sour grapes moment by him with the slimy quote. But I think with him going, listen, even the way that he said it in the interview, he's like, yeah. Let me. It felt like he was like, yeah. Let me just get this out of the way. Yes, it's coming to more platforms. Get over it. It's like, next question. And I really would have liked Ryan McCaffrey to push on that, going like, no, Phil. Most, some, or all. Like, what is your green line? You know what I mean? And for him not to have that rebuttal or that follow-up question, I'm like, and this is why gaming journalism, isn't the best, because we don't have those moments of like, no, clarify for me. I know you want to get this out. I know you're a busy man, but like, clarify, because I think not just the Xbox community deserves to know, but the gaming community at large. Because now it makes it seem like, Okay, so like, you know, Doom, you just like everybody deserves to play, but why not Gears? Okay, Doom gets to be played, so I assume anything Fallout related is also now multi-platform. Anything Elder Scrolls related is now multi-platform. Um, I'm now building assumptions.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's great either. You know?
Yeah. Also, just that I had that thought of where the hell is that Contraband game?
Yeah.
I know I brought this up a few weeks ago, but that wasn't part of the showcase. I just thought of that.
An IO's game.
Oh, the Bond one?
The Bond, and they have like a fantasy one, I think.
Yeah.
God, I would love to see James Bond.
But to the other point of like more Xbox games coming to PlayStation, cool. Just like I don't know, just maybe don't talk about it until you're ready to talk about it. Because now we're just in this whole like spiral of like, what are the games? Like, I don't care.
Here's what Tom Warren said. Yeah.
When it happens, it happens. It's fine. Like, the fact that I do love that we got acknowledgement that Doom is on PS5 like immediately. I love that. But like the other ones, just tell us when you're ready. Don't be like more coming and then go silent and whatever. Just it's fine.
Because it's a constant philisms that I feel like he has. It's like in December when the COO said, "Oh yeah, we think we're bringing our games over to PlayStation and Nintendo." It feels like whoa. But then, like, he's like, that's not happening. But then also saying in a similar interview of like, we need to think of PlayStation and Nintendo Switch players as, Xbox players, and then, the disastrous February that they had, where it's like just these 4 games, nothing more, and then 4 months later, it's like it's all on the table. It's not it seems like they're running with the narrative instead of controlling it, and that's not good luck. That said, Kyle, I end this by saying it's just the way I look at the state of play. I don't care what games are coming to the platforms. I want to play them, and I think the Xbox showcase was phenomenal. And I want to give Team Green their due because goddamn did they earn it. So everybody from the social teams down to the production teams, everybody at Team Green, congratulations. But it's gotten the PlayStation fan base angry and upset. Oh, we're so angry. Oh my goodness gracious. We deserve, Kyle, a showcase. We deserve it. Should PlayStation clap back? Because that's the one thing I keep constantly hearing is that us PlayStation fans have waited too long. We're hungry and we deserve it. We've been patient. And this is the type.
Have we been patient though?
Oh yes, Kyle. It's been 2 years.
I don't know.
We're not counting last year's showcase because it was real bad. We deserve a good showcase with games. And that's what competition's all about. That's what Xbox provided this weekend. And it is time for, Herman and Co. to clap back at Team Green. Right, Kyle? Where's my showcase?
Sure.
Are we going to get a showcase?
Yeah, I think so. I just don't know when.
Okay, and all jokes aside, do you think what pushes PlayStation to put out this showcase? The fact that Xbox had a really good showcase, or the fact that like they have a PlayStation 5 Pro rumored to be in the production lines that they're cooking up, and we still don't know what 2025 looks like for PlayStation? What do you think the more logical?
The logical thing is, I think there's been a showcase in the works for a while now, and it just didn't fit in this timeline because, as we mentioned, PlayStation opened and closed SGF.
Yeah.
There was no need to do another showcase. Like, the state of play was a little bit of the appetizer. 2 big things happened in the actual Summer Game Fest showcase. Mm-hmm. And now we'll wait for other first-party things in a few months.
That's what's like.
I'm sure they'll show up at opening night live as well in some capacity, but it's fine. It's not like they can go, all right, drop trailers in the edit, and then let's ship it out. Let's get it out immediately. No. That's not how this shit works at all. It takes time. There's deadlines and getting assets from the teams and the scripts and everything. It's all got to be ironed out.
Herman didn't see Marcus and Dom hold hands and go, oh shit, Gears is back. Boys, let's go fire up an Uncharted trailer. It's
exactly,
like
that. Get Nate and Sully back. Let's go.
Make it snappy. It's like, that's not how any of this works. No. And when I see people go, that's what competition's all about, I'm like, no. Want it for the right reasons. Like, just because Xbox had a showcase, now you want a better one. That's still a console war mentality. It's like, we want to see games that beats this showcase. That's how I read it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's still coming out of a place of console warness. Where for me, I feel like we need a showcase because we need to see what the roadmap is for 2025.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing that I warned so many people about and no one goddamn listened to me when I said, when we were doing our little like rumors and predictions, I go, I think this thing is a state of play. Remember? I think this is a state of play because they need to show you what the fall looks like. And then when they have all those games out there, you have the release dates to them. When you have their marketing beats set up, that's when you could go out and go, okay, now let's go make our showcase so that you see what the next 2 years of PlayStation are going to look like outside, this holiday showcase. This holiday lineup. That's what's happening. It's not because Phil Spencer, has Call of Duty now. It's more of, hey, we need to show our audience why they need to keep on being excited here. It has nothing to do about the Xbox showcase. I'm sure they took some notes because it was a really good show, and maybe there's some production things here or there that they can, take notes from. But it's not like, oh my God, they have something. We now need to fire back because no, it doesn't work like that. These showcases usually start once the showcases of old end, and then 6 to 8 months before the new showcase is when they really start asking teams, okay, what do you have? What are some things that you were able to show? When's your game coming out? Like what's a vertical, slice that we can share? Those conversations start happening. So I'm pretty sure they had those conversations early this year, and we should see something around the time where you would expect a showcase, sometime in late August to early to mid-September. Because when people go, oh, there's always a showcase in May. No, there's not. There was a showcase in May for 2 years in a row, but the other two, it was in September. It was in August, somewhere along those lines. So you're going to get your thing. Don't worry. Like Daddy D. Wally said, PlayStation dead. No, they're not. They're going to be just fine. So it's not because Xbox had a good showing that they're going to make a showcase for you guys. Again, the console wars ain't that serious. PlayStation's in a very healthy lead. Okay, it's not like they're like, uh-oh, they're going to sell 5 more Xboxes than us this week. It's not how that works in the slightest. We need to please stop with that nonsense. All right, Kyle, here's the flash news. Gotta go fast. Because, oh my God, I really want to talk about this with you. Astro Bot news. Ooh, the pre-orders are up. Kyle, you got a standard, a digital standard, and a digital deluxe. The standard edition costs $60 American, which might feel like a lot for a platformer of this description. I also think this comes from PS Lifestyle, by the way. The early details revealed about Astro Bot make it sound like it will be worth every penny. Gosh darn right. Confirmed to be 4 times the size of Astro's Playroom. Astro Bot will be made up by 80 levels, including bot versions of over 150 characters throughout PlayStation's history. And the deluxe version comes with Astro Bot Gold outfit, Neon Dream Dual Sense Speeder color, Champions Gold Dual Speeder color, 10 PSN avatars, in a digital soundtrack and art gallery.
No, that's it.
I forgot to mention one little thing. Astrobot Yarnum Hunter outfit. That's right. Listen, we don't get our Bloodborne 60 FPS 4K, but god damn it, this will do. You see this little son of a gun dancing in the little hunter suit?
I sure did. And I forgot what retailer is it as well. If you pre-order through them, you get a little Astro plush.
I think it's like Walmart, something like that. Yeah, I pre-ordered through GameStop because the physical edition you get a little poster, and I know like usually the digital deluxe is like a $10 upgrade on PSN, so I'll do both. That said, 6 galaxies consisting of several planets with multiple levels per planet. 80 levels total, free DLC after launch. Levels are ranked by difficulty, easy, normal, and hard. The hard difficulty will challenge even, quote, seasoned platforming fans. Quick death respawns after death. Collect power-ups that give you new abilities. Inflate your body. You can float like a little beach ball. Dash, etc. You can absorb water like a sponge. He's a cute son of a gun that way. Astro can swim underwater now. Again, 150 iconic PlayStation cameos with over 300 bots to find. Excellent use of the DualSense. Puzzles can be solved via haptics. Physics objects interact with all around levels, paint buckets, snowballs, tall grass, etc. And of course, releasing September 6th exclusively on PS5. Everybody has said this is Mario Odyssey level.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. Shout out to Kami on Twitter as well for that rundown.
Thank you. Friend of the show.
Knowing that literally 50 feet away was Astro Bot being playable behind closed doors.
Hell on earth.
And I couldn't get in there.
Hell on earth.
Oh my god, it hurt so bad.
Looks so good, dude.
Yeah. And ran into friend of the show, Odell Harmon, who now works at PlayStation, and he was talking about it as well, and he was just like, man, they did the thing.
I love it.
So, like, yeah, Astro Bot is high on my list for the rest of the year. And also, I don't know if you know this, and I didn't get to see exactly what it entails, but Playroom also got updated.
Yes.
And there's more gacha items. I believe there's new trophies. There's a mysterious portal in the Labo room. So I'm very, very
Green Gorilla
excited.
Gamers. It's like there's a
little something.
A little something for me.
Okay.
Again, Team Asobi loves Bloodborne more than PlayStation. That's a fact.
Did you see any other of the previews of like exactly what that demo is?
No. Okay, at this point, I want to be blind, but you can tell me this.
I'm going to tell you this one because I think it's super exciting. Apparently, the demo ends. You beat up this big octopus boss. This is what was at Summer Game Fest. I did not play it. I'm just what people were talking about during the previews.
Yeah.
And after you do that, you rescue Kratos and Atreus in bot form.
Oh.
Then you go back on your speeder. You go up to your spaceship, and then nobody can confirm it, but it looks like Kratos and Atreus go to their own world.
Oh.
So there may be a God of War level in Astro Bot. And just imagine if some of these levels are based on PlayStation IP. And we are in Yharnam. We are in Ratchet and Clank worlds. Like,
oh, Kyle, stop.
This is just me guessing from that information.
I'm gonna bust.
But like, wouldn't that be so dope?
If I get to be an old Yharnam Astrobot level,
literally, what is the way for them to out PlayStation Astro's Playroom?
You're right.
They gave us all the PlayStation memorabilia, the characters, whatever, but we were playing inside of a PlayStation 5. This is Astro Bot going to different worlds, different levels.
Oh my!
Give us levels based on the IP.
God, that gets me hyped. Like,
wouldn't that be cool?
The train level in Uncharted.
Yes.
Like,
let me run into a clicker. Like, come on now.
God, that would. Oh my God, Kyle.
But yeah, no one can confirm it because that wasn't part of the demo. But it looked like they went to their own worlds, is what people were describing.
Okay. Hearsay, but I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. We'll find out very soon too. It's close.
Oh my God, it's so close. Luke writes, who interviewed Cliff Blazinski today. What Kyle is describing is exactly the game I want Xbox to make and wanted them to do with Forza.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
100%. Can't wait. When we do our most anticipated games for the rest of the year episode, this is going to be very high on the list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler, it's probably my number one.
Yeah, I'm like, spoiler, maybe one or two, but still listen to that episode. Yeah. It's a few weeks away. You'll forget. Here's the other one. All right, here's another preview breakdown. Lego Horizon Adventures, this comes from Shinobi on Twitter, made in Unreal Engine 5, features ray tracing, 2 modes, fidelity, 30 FPS, performance, 60 FPS, about 7 to 8 hours long, elements of replayability in quotes, 2-player online and couch co-op, but no crossplay, which is strange. That's strange. You literally own the game. There's no like expense here. All right, whatever. Reshapes the story of Horizon Zero Dawn in ways to make it more appealing and appropriate for kids. Not a faithful retelling, neither is it a parody, which is very important. We, quote, wanted to poke fun at the IP. We wanted to use all the self-referential humor that's characteristic of Lego properties. The original cast of Horizon returns. Aloy moves in a fun, quirky stop-motion style. Aloy uses her bow for combat and exploration. Unleash powerful attacks using the environment, i.e. shooting an arrow through a bonfire creates flaming projectiles, adding extra damage to enemies or setting grass and vines, etc. on fire to open new paths. Aloy can discover piles of bricks that she can use to craft various designs like a sailboat or doghouse, etc. And All Mother Tree, the village hub, lets you upgrade your weapons using studs to buy upgrades, similar to most Lego games. You can outfit NPCs with attire from the Horizon games and other Lego properties. And last but not leastly, hot dog cart upgrade. Quickly assemble with a hot dog man who lobs hot dog bombs across the combat field to great and delicious effect. The hot dog man in the trailer does have a gameplay benefit. That's awesome. Kyle, I am super in on this game too. I need something quirky, especially during the holiday season. God knows I've been in it. So I get I'm a 32-year-old man, but gosh darn it, I need some fun and whimsy right now more than ever.
Yeah,
I'm totally in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Totally.
Lego games are fun. It's a good time.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. Here's some last bit of previews news. This is all the Concord stuff of last week. This comes from Game Rant. Features 16 playable characters, 12 unique maps, and 6 game modes. So it's not a simple like Overwatch clone like so many people assume where you're moving a payload. There's a lot of different modes to it, so I think this is way more akin to, again, a Valorant. With its pre-orders now available on Steam, Epic Games, and PlayStation 5, players might be wondering which edition to get and the benefits of early access. Well, don't worry, we're here to tell you. The standard edition, which is $40, $40. It's not a $60 or $70 game. Just like Helldivers 2, this is a $40 game. Players will get the experience of the total base game, excluding vanity packs and probably the season pass outward down the line. 16 free runners will also be available in the standard edition, so players will have the freedom to main whichever character they want. The roster will expand over time, like every hero shooter on the market. However, there should be an option to acquire characters without spending a dime unless Firewalk Studio sets up a separate monetization system. Yeah, they said, listen, you buy the game, all the maps and whatever comes in free of charge, which is nice. The digital deluxe, here it is. Tempting Cosmetics, which promotes more personalization for every character in Concord, alongside the North Star Free Gunners Cosmetic Pack. The premium pack features early access to the servers for up to 72 hours. It's quite a head start, to say the least, for any first-person shooter fan. Pre-order bonuses are quite lucrative as well. Get 5 codes for the beta in early access weekend in July, so you can hop in the game with a whole squad and challenge the rival crews to cross-galactic multiplier. Also, pre-purchasing any edition of Concord unlocks the Monarch Pack, which contains a Monarch front aligner outfit for Vale, the Dread Reckoner weapon skins. And also, this will be available to purchase later. So if you missed out, don't worry. They'll be there. That said, Kyle, I'm still excited for Concord. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm ready to be proven wrong, but gosh darn it, I like what I saw. And yeah, I'll go out there and get the digital deluxe. I don't care.
Yeah, pre-order and then give me a code so I can check out the beta.
Absolutely.
See if I will actually enjoy it or not.
You playing a online competitive game? I'd love to see.
Yeah, well, I play the show online. That's competitive.
You're not the same. Okay, fair.
Excuse me.
It's not the same. You're shooting people in the face.
Listen, I have to figure out what pitch to throw at the right time.
All right.
How dare
Unless Jose Canseco's in your game, beating up Mike Piazza, I think it's a little different.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I pre-ordered, I believe, the standard edition at GameStop.
Okay.
So I'm ready. I'm ready for this game. I'm excited to see what Concord has to offer. I'm really hoping there's another state of play that is just solely focused on Concord in the coming weeks to, really underline how this game is different from the other hero shooters out there. Because right now, I don't think we've seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested. So, gosh darn it, I'm excited. All right. Dragon Age, the Veilguard gameplay and reveal date set, or really more reveal window. Veilguard will be coming out on PC, Xbox Series S and X, and PlayStation 5 in the fall of 2024. Kyle Stevenson.
Joseph Moran.
Do you see this gameplay? Or I know you've been...
I haven't seen the gameplay yet. Only the trailer, but I plan to.
This is another game I will be talking about when we talk about like our most anticipated games. This is right there up there.
Sure,
like this is shaping up to be something like a return to form for BioWare. And
I am shocked it's this year.
If I am too.
Fair. I'm totally honest.
I wonder if the fall window gives them any leeway into any direction. But I have confidence that they'll come out this year. And, it gives you what you would expect a BioWare game to give you when it comes to choice and whatnot. But Kyle, the combat here really stood out and gave you hints of like, oh yeah, the things that you really love, like controlling your allies and doing strategic things, is also there. So like, this is very much a Dragon Age game, though with more real-time combat.
Mm-hmm.
It still has the soul intact. And from what I've seen, man, everybody's coming out and walking out of this going, this is a game to be on your radar this year. So
okay.
I'm excited.
Sweet.
And last but not leastly, a new Spider-Man 2 update adds suits designed by real fashion designers. Ooh-wee. This comes from Daniel D'Angelo over at PS Lifestyle. New Spider-Man 2 update will add 8 new suits for Miles and Peter when it launches on June 18th. It includes 4 suits created by fashion designer Cole Kid Super. Oh, that's a dope name. Deline, and a celebrity collaborations with Vinny Jr., Lando Norris, and Rini Sawamia. I am old. I don't know who any of these people are, but I guess they're important. I was really surprised we didn't see JoJo Siwa here.
Jesus Christ.
Remember when I found out she's a person that exists? I thought it was a wrestling star. This would be a transformation we've never seen. Insomniac has also showcased new Spider-Man 2 suits in the blog post, announcing the update. Miles' Metro suit by Kid Super features a puffer jacket, a variety of color options. Players can choose between a default gold on white, red on black, and teal on purple, and classic Spidey. Also, the Peter B. Parker suit is now in the game from Across the Spider-Verse. Let's freaking go.
Was I mistaken? Did they also add the Last Night or Last Stand costume from the first game back in this one?
I believe so.
That's my favorite one from the first game. The one with the leather jacket?
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, Kyle. Here's the last bit of Flash news. You ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
Here are all your PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games coming out this month. Monster Hunter Rise, Football Manager 2024, Crusader Kings 3, Monster Energy Supercross 6, the official video game, After Us, which is actually pretty cool, Anno 1800 Console Edition, Police Simulator,
oh boy,
that could be very problematic or very educational depending on, Far Cry 4. I don't know why that wasn't the headliner here.
Which says here, It's a PlayStation Plus re-release, so it was already on there, but it's back on.
Oh, it's back on. Oh, okay. So that's probably not why it's headlining. Lego The Hobbit,
Sweet.
Lego The Incredibles,
Hell yeah.
and for your premium members, Kayak VR Mirage on PSVR 2, Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy on PS4, PS5,
Sweet.
Ghost Hunter on PS5, PS4, and last but not leastly, give some respect on this little rodent's name, Daxter,
That's
PS4,
right.
PS5. Let's go, PSP games. Let's get some trophies on there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you think we'll ever get to the point where we get a huge crossover game and it's Ratchet and Jack and Daxter and Clank?
God, I've always wanted that, to be real.
That'd be really cool.
It'd be really cool, but I mean, maybe in the PS2 gen, but that's never going to happen now.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a bummer.
Unless, if maybe that's Blue Point's game they're working on.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Kyle, here's a little segment called What You've Been Playing. Now, Dewani Raksha asks, not a question, but seeing kind of funny posting all these incredibly early impressions of games they got to play early and hoping Kyle got some of those experiences. Just Phantom Blade Zero, right?
Just Phantom Blade. At the mix, though, I did play a game that we showed off during the 6-1 Indie Showcase called Foul Damage. It's the one with the little egg, and it's a platformer. If you jump too high and it cracks, you die and you restart the screen.
Nice.
It's very, very fun. It's a good time. You have to rewire your brain when it comes to platforming and whatnot. But that was great. But other than that, I didn't get to play a whole lot of video games.
Damn. Next year, Kyle.
It sucks. I hope so.
Next year. Okay, here's a game that you're like, oh, Joe, you're playing this? Kyle, I'm about to have, in less than just a week, 2 platinums. One of them, here's a little character development for the show, is an easy platinum.
Oh.
Remember the Suika game?
Yeah.
Where you're matching fruits and they become bigger.
Is there
fruits
one on PlayStation?
There is one on PlayStation. It's an easy plat game. It's also pretty accurate to the Switch version.
Okay.
It's on sale for like $1.
Done. Sold. I'm playing that immediately after we're done.
All right, I'll tell you the title of it.
Cool.
And I was like, yep, I'm playing this. And I loved it. I spent the whole afternoon just playing it and just had a good time combining fruit together. And then, because, I'm waiting for Elden Ring DLC. Mm-hmm. I should be starting a new character. But I'm playing Brotato.
Yeah.
And guys, if you want a Vampire Survivor game to hold you off until the official release on PS5, this is the game.
Brotato's
and
sweet.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I may like it a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Because instead of you wandering the map, it's like this map's not big. It's a little arena. And so it really is about the different strategies that you get to make with every little Brotato that you find. So some of them, it's all about being stationary and being your own little sentry turret. A lot of them are about stealing life from opponents and not having a lot of a big health bar yourself. Some of it's all about evasion. Some of it's about just getting in the muck of it. But if you want a game that's like a Vampire Survivor where it's simple enough, it's just moving one analog stick, but it has actually surprisingly a lot of depth in terms of strategy and character building, Brotato is where you want. It's where you want to go. And yeah, Nisa says, if you want easy fun and a way for achievements, Little Kitty, Big City as well.
I don't think it's on PlayStation yet.
Not yet, but it will be one day.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle. It's time for... Well, actually, I was gonna get right into the questions. Why did I do that? Kyle, are you holding on to something?
This little the strap for Joy-Con.
Okay,
I've been playing with that all episode.
I was really hoping the will to live because he got COVID, but fine. Holding on to that's good enough.
It's never going away. It's here.
There you go. And I'm holding on to my Miles Morales cup of water. Prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. Kazarian, Tank Killer on June 10th. Light Snake, June 10th. Hood Story, Kato Yaquazi on June 11th.
Nope, hold on.
All right.
Kato Yamazaki.
Yamazaki. There you go. There you go. Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked Collection on June 11th. V Rising on June 11th.
A lot of people
Very
love that.
tempted.
Yeah.
Very tempted. But again, so close to Elden Ring. I'm tempted. Roxy Raccoon's Pinball Panic on June 12th. Color Snake on June 13th. I'm sensing a theme. Guess the Flag on June
Hell yeah.
13th.
I'm playing that right now, too.
It's like, this is the flag of Venezuela, you dumb piece of garbage. Hidden Cats in Paris. All right, okay.
That's
June 13th.
That's the Safer Radio Kanye song.
I was trying to find it and you found it for me, man. It's great. Spot the Differences Party on June 13th. Willy's Wonderland, the game on June 13th. That could be very problematic. Learn to Play, Volume 3. Mice Love Cheese on June 14th. Retroopolis 2, Never Say Goodbye on June 14th. Never. Shin Megami Tensei 5, Vengeance on June 14th. Very surprised how high reviews this game's getting.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't be, but like, wow. Very, very, very highly regarded. Spin the Book on June 14th. It's like spin the bottle, but you gotta, get educated. My Rummy on June 15th.
What the hell? Hold on. I'm gonna look that up. What do you think My Rummy is?
It's like your aunt, like, bottle of scotch. Or maybe an alcoholic aunt.
Oh, it's a tile game, like.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go. And last but not least, Sky Dunk, June 15th.
I forgot the timing of this, so please forgive me if you talked about it last week.
Okay.
But Octopath Traveler also just stealth dropped on PlayStation.
Yeah.
At some point over the last week, the first one.
Like
out of nowhere.
$40.
That's wild.
Yeah, right after we recorded the show, actually. It's a good catch.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Square Enix is weird, man. Dropping the sequel before the first game is wild.
Exactly.
All right, Kyle. It's time for our favorite segment, but unfortunately the last segment of the show. Time for Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw! Ghettoberry writes in, "Hey guys, great to have you both back. Kyle, I hope the COVID affecting you too much? It's getting there. I'm fine though. I've had it worse. Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot celebrates its 16th anniversary of release on the PS3. Please, 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 please release it on modern consoles. I saw in a tweet celebrating the milestone and asking how long it took to complete the game. While I can't answer that, I can answer on my partner's behalf. He started the game as I was going to sleep and rolled credits as I woke up. It took him one night to finish the game in one sitting. Respect."
Oh, shit.
So my question for you guys, did you pull an all-nighter playing or completing a game? The only games I can think of myself are both trophy-related. Dead Rising 2, the Zombie Genocide Master Trophy, requires killing 72,000 zombies in one playthrough, and Toy Story 3, searching for the final star collectible to get the platinum at 4 a.m.
Damn. That's dedication.
That is dedication.
The last game that I remember actually losing like a heavy amount of sleep to is Overwatch. Now I'm in the time of my life where it's like sleep's very important. And I'd rather get a full 8 hours than get a platinum, even if it's a From Software game. But there's like constantly I'm up till usually like 1 or 2, and I've done playing a game by 12. So yeah, I'm usually up late gaming, but like it's not till 4 a.m. unfortunately. Not anymore. I don't got that dog in me anymore, Kyle. What about you?
I feel like there's got to be a late night playing Elden Ring or Bloodborne recently.
Oh yeah.
MLB The Show, I always lose when it first comes out. I always lose track of time, big time.
Fair.
Baldur's Gate 3, there were a couple times when I went up, it's like, ooh, it's sunny outside. That's weird.
Yeah.
But the most memorable is Danganronpa on Vita. I remember playing that
Oh.
game in my bed, and next thing I know, I look outside and the light was coming up, and I had to sub in the morning or in an hour. I had to get up and get ready to go. I was like, you know what? I'm not coming in. I made a
Fair.
mistake. That's on me. But that was probably the most memorable.
Here's a question coming in via chat. I got two. Jack Banter writes, did they talk about Astro Bot yet? Yes, we did. Rewinded about 15 minutes ago where we got all giddy about this little Astro, this little bot. Okay, because it is a good fun time. Also, Luke writes, serious question. Why Concord when you could play Marvel Rivals? It's a really good question. And honestly, if you said why Concord when you could play Valorant, I would be picking Valorant. That's why I think Concord coming out in summer is important. But why not Marvel Rivals? Because Marvel Rivals does look like just a legitimate clone of Overwatch. Like, dude, I see people like I think was it Scarlet Witch, and I'm like, her ultimate's legitimately Pharah's. So it's like, to me, that's again, it looks good. I'm excited to play it.
Stuff is cool, but like,
yeah,
it literally just looks like Overwatch.
Where like Concord actually looks a bit different. Again, it looks like Destiny Crucible combat from like early days Destiny 2 mixed with lane combat you see in a Valorant. So like that's what gets me interested, is that they showed me something my gamer shooter brain sees as something a little bit different. But that's a great question. Yeah. All right, sorry, Kyle. Go over to you for the next one, or would you like me to read this question for you?
Nope, I got it. Okay. Drellish. Hey, Joe. Hey, Kyle. I hope you are both doing well. Joe, I still want some more information about your impressions of Venice. It seemed to pass so quick. Now that you've been back for a bit, what impression remains? Was there anything that you romanticized about, and when experiencing it in real life was a letdown? The food? The women? The gondola mafia? How was the private Elton John party? Did he sing you a song? Yeah, on a serious note about the Summer Game Fest, if both of you could only play 3 games from everything that you've seen, which games would you pick as your day one games? There needs to be at least one indie game included. Have fun in considering your selections.
Fair enough. While giving you a little time to think here, Venice. I went there. Beautiful. Literally one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen in my life. Just walking out felt like, you know, when you see like the big skyscraper in like a video game, you like, it's like it pans and you're like, oh my God, this thing is huge. I literally walked out of the train station, got the same vibe, because you see like this massive cathedral right in front of you. Beautiful river. Like, it's gorgeous. And I took Drellish's advice. I got lost on purpose. And yeah, it was a ton of fun. Again, best friend Amy got on. A bird dookied on her 5 minutes in. I couldn't ask for anything better. You know, the food, I miss it, dude. The food's so much better over there. They were not kidding you about carbs, and all the dumb additives. Like, it's crazy good over there. The ladies, let me tell you something. Italian women, holla at me. Holla at your boy. Okay. I didn't know this. Walking in Italy, Italy's actually incredibly diverse. You think of like Europe and you're like, oh, plain, like, you know, white folk, right? Like, there was actually a lot of Kyles walking around. There's actually a lot of Middle Eastern folk, you know, Mediterranean folk, obviously, and then there's actually a lot of black folk there. And let me tell you guys something. If you ever hear a black woman speak Italian, prepare to fall in love, because that happened a lot. And when I mean it happened a lot, I mean it happened literally every time. I was like, this has unlocked something in me. Maybe I need to stay here because I think I found my wife, you know? So the ladies, top notch. The fellas, though, let me tell you something. It's Pride Month, right? These dudes are like, these guys, fellas, you got some work to do. Because even like my best friend, she's bi, right? And so we were checking out the ladies. We're like, respectfully, we would say C. when we see a pretty lady. And then I'm like, because I try to play a game of like, who's the guy that she's attracted to? I'm like, Amy, I'm not finding anybody on the radar. And she's like, there's legitimately no attractive man here. And it made her depressed because she's Italian. So she's like, this has been the worst trade deal ever. So, yeah, guys, we got to step it up over there, okay? All right. Now, the Gondola Mafia, that's the one thing that I thought was overrated and I wanted to do in the beginning, but I didn't because the water is hella gross. Hella gross. All right, Kyle, did I buy you enough time? What are your day one games?
I was
right
ready
here,
to go from the start. I was just letting you reminisce for a little bit.
Sorry.
It's Neva Mixtape and Expedition 33. If I could play those three right now, I would.
I would do Mixtape, Life is Strange, and then Gears of War. I just want to see it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yep.
Two nice realistic ones, you know.
Yeah.
And one like F it. Let me see an unpolished, unfinished level, you know?
For sure.
All right, Kyle. That's the next question.
DCR Fry 92 writes in, good evening, gents. It's been a few weeks since I last put in a question. Firstly, I hope you're both well, and listening to the 2 weeks where one of you was absent, you really notice what you both bring to the table. You really do make the perfect duo. Oh, thanks, Fry.
Damn, thank you.
So my question for you both, and I think Joe is going to be able to answer this the best. Well, fuck you, Fry. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Is Sea of Thieves worth it on PlayStation? Looking to get something fun to play with, and the game does look fun. What shall the first thing be that I do? As always, keep on bringing us the stellar content and never stop. Stay safe from your friend across the pond. Both Slanger and Banger for the win this week, boys.
He ain't wrong, though. You got to find your crew. First off, make sure you have someone to play with, because playing Sea of Thieves all by your lonesome is pretty lonely. So maybe go out to a Reddit forum, maybe find someone in the community that's playing. I know a few people have been like wondering, like, hey, we should get a band together. So ask around. I know I've been wanting to do some Sea of Thieves content in July, because that's when things are gonna look a little freer for me. So you know, maybe we can sail the seas. Maybe we can have a community game night that's like that. The first thing you should do, though, is get acquainted and take on some, like, you know, low-level quests to really get the mechanics of it. So, like, take up a Merchant Guild's quest and, like, maybe do some deliveries to get acquainted to some sailing. You know, do some Order of Souls so that you can find, like, you know, buried skulls around the like, an island. Or fight some, like, ghost skelly ships. There's a lot to do. But I would say start small and then build up from there, and understand Sea of Thieves gives and it takes. So you're going to have a great Sea of Thieves day, and then you're going to have a day where you're like, I'm going to throw this controller up against a goddamn wall because these Reapers are reaping. And Reapers are PvP flagged vessels, by the way, Kyle and folks. And they will board you, they will mess you up. I
understood that reference.
Yeah, so... I will be there. This is not Sea of Friends. This is a Sea of Thieves, and I'm ready to you know, claim my booty. You know what I mean? Heyo.
Fluke 23 writes in, and the last question for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeah.
Hey guys, glad to see my favorite duo back together in all their gooting glory.
Yeah.
The last couple weeks have been jammed with some amazing announcements and some games that have now been added to my wish list for 2024 and 2025. From Lego Horizon and Astro Bot to Gears E-Day and Assassin's Creed Shadows. However, there's still the Game Awards to come this year, and with that said, I'm giving you both 3 slots to put your game announcement trailers. What 3 games would you be announcing and why? They could be new announcements as well as already known titles. Also, Bloodborne is a freebie, as well as Final Fantasy IX, as it has potentially just been leaked by Epic Games. Again. Hope you both have a great week, and love the efforts you both put in each and every time. Thank you, Fluke.
Thank you.
Yeah, FF9 is a lock, I feel like, at this point.
Is it really?
You didn't see the new leaks? Again?
No.
Yeah, it's been leaked. Again. It's under a different code name, but... in the same leak, it said Tetra Master starter deck pre-order bonus or whatever, and Tetra Master is the card game in FF9.
Fair.
So, like, just give it to me already at this point.
I feel so bad for that team because they already got leaked once and then again.
It's
Jesus,
so dumb. Three
can I say one?
Announcements. Yeah, go for it.
Here's a small one. Final Fantasy inspired. Give me the Queen's Blood standalone game.
Okay.
Give me that.
Okay.
Queen's Blood is so good. It should be a game in its own. Give me that announcement on all the platforms and mobile especially.
Sure. Another on a smaller side. Give me an announcement that Sunset Overdrive is on PS5.
Oh my God, yes.
Just either that day in a week, similar to like Valhalla for Ragnarok.
Fair.
Just like when? Like, come on, please.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of like Keeley level announcements, and I think this is where we get the Horizon remake announcement. It's big.
I think that's in a showcase.
Yeah, I think that's what's showing off the power of the PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, this is it. I'm like, okay, I guess so. Yeah. All right. Could have done a Bloodborne, but we chose this. Okay.
Game Award.
Could have really chose any other game.
Any other.
The game was already pretty. But we chose this. Fine by me.
This is tough.
This is a tough one. This is very tough.
Oh, are these like? Do they have to be?
I don't think they have to be realistic. I'm putting it a little hard on myself.
Cool. Well, then we hear Run DMC. We hear It's Tricky, and SSX Tricky is back, baby. The brand is back. EA Big is back.
Fair enough.
And we get a full on compilation of games, where you will get SSX. You will get NFL Street, you'll get NBA Street, you'll get FIFA Street, and you'll get Freak Style all in one bundle.
Hell yeah.
For $40. Have fun. Great time.
God, what was the Def Jam Fighter?
Oh my God, those games were awesome.
Yeah, give me that again.
Yes.
And like give me like let's bring the beef to the game, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, Kendrick versus Drake.
Let's
go.
And I want that song in there.
Yeah.
And like there is like he hits him and it is like wah. That'd be fantastic.
Then I think my last one would be, no joke, a Mario Kart level game with PlayStation mascots.
Astro Kart.
But like with the actual characters, not Astro Bot.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
I think that would be super fun.
I still want it as Astro.
Okay.
Because it'd be a little bit too on the nose. It's like too whimsy. Because then you get like the whole, like, remember like PlayStation Battle Royale All-Stars or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like Nathan Drake's really heading up against like Kratos. Like,
oh, it's not a fighting game. It is a kart game.
But I'm even it's just like, it's a little bit too much of a reach where like Astro Bot, it's like, there's whimsy there. There's enough whimsy.
It's fine.
Yeah, why am I crapping on your dream? You go. You do.
What are we doing here?
That's fair. Everybody, that has been the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. Before we go, Kyle, is there anything you want to spotlight before we get on out of here, sir?
Myself, Mr. K-Set, pretty much everywhere. Shout out to 61 Indie, which is the indie game website I co-founded, where we talk all about the latest and greatest in all things indie games. Mike got to play a bunch of really fun stuff, so next week when we get back to it, we'll talk about all the indies from SGF that we got to play and more in depth. And just be kind to each other and people out there, and I love you very much, and have fun liking whatever you want on Twitter. No one's gonna see it. So
yeah. There's no consequences
anymore. Freaky as you want, I guess, until that backfires and everything comes out. So just remember, it'll happen.
And then everything comes to light. Can't wait for that. Because you know he's gonna backtrack. He's that dumb. Everybody, you can follow me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. You can follow the show over at PS Trophy Room on Twitter. Please, please, if you really like what you heard here, you're like reunited and it feels so good. I get it. Spread that love. Rate us 5 stars over on Apple Podcasts. Rate us 5 stars over on Spotify. It really does help us out. If you're listening or watching the video version, please hit like, share, subscribe. It helps us out. It grows this show. And it gets us seen onto more platforms. It gets us seen on the front pages. And it really does help us out tremendously. So if you can't throw a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room, there's always ways to support if you like. And with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, I love y'all. Keep your wits about you. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. See y'all.
Bye. All right, we're off.